Hello, welcome to Married at First Sight review on Lindsey and Mark. Well, at the moment, Lindsey is being quite negative. She's like a negative air around Mark. Lindsey obviously does not give for free because she has been reminding Mark about everything she did for him, and it's quite exhausting. When Lindsay started with all those her stuff and her side problems of over drinking, I was like, oh, let's still look at the good side. But obviously, the good side is something that has a payday. That's what has been happening. So the relationship between Mark and Lindsay, I think they might still be together because from the unfiltered, the way what do you say, Chris talked about them, it was like it's the one they always call, and he thinks that relationship is toxic. The way he used, I think he said is toxic, not was toxic. So it seems like though Mark is still hoping till as at that time that the relationship can work. You know, Lindsay has a kind of ability to make people like pity her, feel sorry for her, like remember the good things I've done and things like that, which actually she got me into doing because I was like, oh, Lindsay must have had a hard time because last year when she was engaged, she would look a whole lot uh, slimmer, more fit, and then now she's eating herself into depression. And I had this compassion for her that she might be suffering for depression. Let's give her a break. But Lindsay is so careless with her words. She's so negative. She's so poisonous in her in her attacks. I mean, see the way she was just insulting Mark, your bug infested her, run back to your mama. She is emasculating Mark, and that there to me there is no excuse for that. I mean, even if she was drunk and then she came back to her senses and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I said this. I was drunk," and then she makes effort to ensure that she doesn't get to that state of drunkenness. But instead, no, she's like the next morning in her entitled self, like, I need an apology for insulting you and calling you a mommy's boy, she's home, and saying that you should appreciate me as your savior that saved you from a heart full of bug. Your landlady was insulting you because you had a heart full of bug. I put you into my house and now I'm insulting you because your house was full of bug, and you need to appreciate me for saving you from that disastrous situation and insulting you in full of front of public and camera that your house is infested, that you are a mommy's boy, that you have no spinal cord of your own, that you are not a strong man, that you are this, that you know, Lindsay really had the audacity to be saying all of that to Mark, and there was no apology. And since she and Mark are going forward, because obviously Mark has seen that he's not going to get an apology out of Lindsay, so he tries to work with what is left and move on, which I don't think is a positive way of dealing with it. It's unfortunate that Lindsay has turned out to be this person that she is. She's just with this kind of character going to put Mark into a kind of stressful state. I always have a feeling that those white people that go about killing themselves, they are from homes of such stress. They have people of that suppresses them. They can't do anything, and then they go look for black people that they feel are inferior to them and start going to shoot them to release the tension of the stress in their family. That's what I think. I mean, it doesn't make sense, like, anyway, that's another topic. So the thing is that Lindsay at this moment, she's very toxic. You see the way when they were doing that on Twitter where she was there with Chris, she was touching Chris. Chris was trying to take his hand off, like he doesn't need her touch, and she still was. What was she consoling Chris for? Max needs more consolation than Chris at this moment. At least Chris has gotten that. Mark was still in that toxic situation where she was like, you must be indebted to me, you must love me, you must appreciate me, you must take whatever I give to you, and you must say thank you for it. I mean, Mark, at this point, if this goes on, I think it will go on because Lindsay does not have any reproach about her behavior. So I think at this point, sincerely, I will advise them to just call it off because Mark, you are going to be a stressed man if you continue in this marriage. You are going to be a stressed man, and you are going to be questioning every of yourself, your move, and your masculinity. If you keep on staying with Lindsay, that is what is going to happen to you. So this is not a good match. End it while you can. I hate divorce. But Lindsay is not ready to learn. That is just the problem here. That's my review on them. Thank you. Maybe something would have changed by Wednesday. Let's see. Thanks for listening.